Sometimes we face psychological struggles, to be honest with you, because we overthink. And why is that? It's because our faith, Iman, is weak. When our Iman is weak, we start to worry too much about what's going to happen to us, about our future. For example, if you're 23 and not yet married, you might start thinking, "What's going to happen to me?" You sit up at night stressing about it. But here's the truth. If worrying alone could get us married, we'd all be married by now, and probably with 4 wives. You see, worrying doesn't solve anything. It's time to stop worrying and start trusting in Allah. Do everything in your capacity. Try your best. Don't leave any stone unturned in your efforts. After that, leave everything else in the hands of Allah. And don't forget to sleep soundly, knowing that as long as you wake up and try again, that's all that matters. Now, we've got a problem when we start thinking that the solution lies outside of our faith, like going to magicians or fortune tellers. Some people start thinking that someone has done black magic on them. They say, "Let's go see a fortune teller to fix it." They even think they've been helped by these superstitions. But here's the reality. Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world because the teachings of the Quran and the Sunnah are logical and make sense. The minute you turn to superstition, people won't want to embrace Islam. Imagine someone wants to accept Islam, but then you tell them that if they have a problem, they should visit someone who will make them sneeze 3 times or use an elastic band as a cure. Even if you feel better after that, it's only because the devil made you feel that way, wanting to mock Allah. You were deceived into thinking that something other than Allah could cure you. Remember the words of Prophet Ibrahim, a.s. when he said, "When I fall sick, it is Allah alone who cures me." He didn't turn to anything else but Allah. If you want to protect yourself from harm, from jinn, or from black magic, here's what you can do. Every morning and evening, protect yourself by reciting the supplications that serve as a spiritual armor. But don't engage in superstitions. If you go to a fortune teller even out of curiosity, without believing in them, it still affects you. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "Whoever goes to a fortune teller to ask a question, their prayer will not be accepted for 40 days. Now imagine this situation. A young man doesn't pray because he's been to a magician. He says, "I can't pray, I'm off for 40 days. But here's the key. This doesn't mean you shouldn't pray at all. It means that for 40 days, the reward of your prayers won't be granted, but you still have to fulfill your obligation to pray. Not praying means you will be punished. Even if you do pray, if you've engaged in something wrong, the reward is lost. It's like this. If you go to work and you've done something wrong, you might still receive your salary, but a portion of it gets deducted as a penalty. The same goes for prayer. If you've done something wrong, the reward won't reach you, but the act of praying is still necessary.